Hello, Earl Pugh here. Today I'm going to talk about counting and picking. We're going to use the key of C in 4/4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. Recommend that you use a metronome as opposed to a drum machine. Get the most basic metronome that you can, one that just goes click. We're going to set it at 80. First, you should tap your foot. And the idea is that your foot is going down and it hits the floor right on the click of the metronome. 4. Now, we want to do that same thing with the pick. We want it to be going down and to hit the string every time it goes click. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. So we want the foot, the pick, and the metronome to all be in sync. So we're going to play one measure per note in a C scale. So we're in 4/4 and the key of C. So it'll be 4 beats on C and then 4 beats on D, etc. 1, 2, 3, 4. Back down. Now we're going to do exactly the same thing, except that instead of missing the string on the way back up so that we can have 2 downs in a row or 4 downs in a row, 1, 2, 3, 4. So that was down, 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 down. We're now going to hit the string in both directions. So you're going to play twice as many notes, but the pick will be moving at the same speed, and your foot will still be moving at the same speed. 1, 2, 3, 4. So the objective here is to get the quarter notes to be very even and to get the eighth notes to be very even. So the eighth notes are down, up, down, up, down, up, down, up. 2, 3, 4. Now we're going to sort of go in the other direction. We're going to play half notes. So every note is going to get 2 clicks. So 1, 2, 3, 4. Now many people feel that if they can play quarter notes, they don't need to practice half notes. This is actually not the case. More people will get lost on the longer notes because they don't count them. So it's a great idea to practice the long notes as well as the short notes. So 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. So on the quarter notes, 1, 2, 3, 4, your pick and the metronome and the foot were all in sync. On the eighth notes, the pick, 2, 3, 4. The pick and the metronome and your foot were all in sync. But when you go to the half notes, your foot and the metronome are in sync, but the pick is not. So they're actually, in a way, they're less intuitive. It's very easy to get to play the half note just a little bit short and rush. Then you should also play whole notes. Once again, most people think that if they can play the quarter notes and the half notes, they don't need to practice the whole notes. I urge you to practice the whole notes and really get an appreciation for how long a whole note lasts. It's, once again, your pick is not in sync with the foot or the metronome. It's just got to hang out and wait for that next one. One of my students tells me he likes to play by feel. This is great. You should definitely do that. Play with as much feeling as possible, but in terms of time, it's really a good idea to have your time feel be the same as the drummer's. If you get ahead of the drummer, it sounds disconcerting to the audience. So play some long notes. 1, 2, 3, 4. So there's a little bit to think about in terms of the picking and the pick direction. You'll notice that I followed the picking rule that I was taught by many teachers. The pick and the foot want to agree. So the primary rule of picking is go down on a number. So I don't want to go 1, 2, 3, 4, which was down, up, because if I do that, then when I go to eighth notes, the pick changes speed. So if we keep the pick in sync with the foot, when we change from quarter notes to eighth notes, we don't have to change pick speed. That makes it easier to stay in time. So there was a basic primer on counting, quarter notes, then eighth notes, then half notes, then whole notes, and keeping in sync with a metronome, and keeping your foot in sync, and keeping the pick in sync. So next lesson, next video, I will give you something to think about on syncopation, where we mix up quarter notes and eighth notes in the same measure. So have a good week, and I will see you then.